Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the Veeam Explorers for Office 365 and how to use the Explorers for self-service recovery. In this demo, we're going to discuss some of the prerequisites, adding DSM as a service provider, and doing a demo of the Veeam Explorer for Exchange and OneDrive. Alright, let's discuss some of the prerequisites. The installed software we have is Veeam Backup and Replication version 10. This can be the licensed or the community edition. Veeam Office 365 version 4C with patch KB 4083, the Veeam Explorer for Exchange, and the Veeam Explorer for SharePoint, as well as Outlook 64-bit for PST exports. Alright, let's hop over to the demo. First, we're going to add DSM as a service provider. So we're going to go over to Backup Infrastructure, add a service provider, alright, we're going to add the DNS name provided by our service provider, and then also put in a description. Going to go hit next. It's going to query the service provider where we're going to go ahead and use our credentials we've already entered. We'll apply that. And you'll see here that it's connecting to the service provider and querying, and then we can go ahead and click next and then finish. You'll see here that it was successful, and we can go ahead and close this out. Alright, now that we have the service provider added in Veeam Backup and Replication, we'll go ahead and open up the Veeam Explorer for Exchange. And then once we have this open, we'll go ahead and add the service provider connection. And you see here, we'll choose the one for Office 365 service provider. Here we'll go ahead and add credentials for our Office 365 account. We'll copy and paste those over. And on the left-hand pane, we'll see we can expand this and see our user accounts that we have backed up. And here we can actually browse the inbox and see the backed up messages. Alright, we're going to make our way over to the actual live mailbox that's on Office 365. We can see some of the test messages we have in our inbox here. And what we're going to do next is simulate accidental message deletion. And so we're just going to come up here and delete this message, and then we'll do a test recovery of that message from our Office 365 backup solution back into Office 365. So we're going to find the message here, our welcome message. We're going to restore back directly into the mailbox. So see here, we're going to enter in our credentials to do the restore. Alright, we got the credentials pasted in. We're going to click Restore. It's going to validate that our credentials have the right permissions. And then see here, it's going to start the actual restore back directly into the mailbox. And there you go. We successfully restored that object back into the inbox. And now we'll go validate that that message is actually back in the live mailbox. And look, there you go. Our welcome message is back. Another great feature of the Veeam Explorer for Exchange is the ability to do searching for a particular message. So in this case, we're going to search for analytics, and here we see the two My Analytics emails. All right, now that we have those two messages filtered down, we're going to demo exporting those to a PST. A reason for this could be needing to export messages for HR for some sort of compliance issue. And there you go. Those two messages were exported to a PST. And as a reminder, for PST exports requires Outlook 64-bit 2010 or higher to be installed. That wraps up what we wanted to show for the Veeam Explorer for Exchange. Next we'll move over to the Veeam Explorer for OneDrive. Here you can see the files that we have in our OneDrive folder. Alright, we'll try to simulate accidentally deleting some files here. We've selected this folder and going to delete it. In this case, we were fortunate enough that you can't actually delete a top-level folder if it has contents in it. So let's go ahead and drill down into this directory structure and find a file to do a test delete on. You know what? This license file looks like a good file to delete. So let's select it and go ahead and delete it. Alright, now with the file deleted, let's go open up the Veeam Explorer for Microsoft OneDrive. Just like with the Exchange Explorer, we have to go add the Veeam backup for Office 365 service provider. We'll go ahead and enter in our password. And if you don't specify a point in time, it uses the most current recovery point. Alright, now organization has been added. On the left-hand side, we can go ahead and expand that out. We can then see our users. We can drill down into the directory structure of our OneDrive. And here we can go drill down even further to find that license file that we deleted previously. With some of the larger directory structures, it will take a second to build that out. However, once it's complete, we can scroll down and find the license file that we deleted previously. And now we can walk through restoring that document to the user's OneDrive. At the time of restore, you can choose to overwrite or keep the original file. In this case, we're going to say keep, even though we know that the file doesn't exist. We'll go ahead and enter in our Office 365 credentials. And then go ahead and proceed with the restore. Great. Our file restore was successful. We don't need just to believe the restore message. We can actually go back to our OneDrive and see that the license file is back. So as you can see, that's a pretty easy process to perform a restore. We also have the ability to do the restores to an alternate location and not just directly to the user's OneDrive. In this example, we're going to save the files to a zip file on the local PC. So here we go ahead and select the archive name and the location that we want to put it. In this case, we're going to place it on the desktop. Alright, so depending on the size of the restore operation, this process could take a little bit of time. So in the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and start a fast forward on this section to save a little bit of time in the video. Great, our restore is complete. There was 411 items restored, and here we can go verify the contents of that zip file. And we can browse down in and see all the files that were there that were restored. Pretty simple process. Hopefully with this video you saw how easy it is to use the self-service recovery with the Exchange and OneDrive Explorers. That concludes our demo, and thanks for watching.